The year was 2010, when Katy Perry asked the infamous words, "Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again?" We're here in 2025, and I'm here to ask you some more words that I think you should really mull it over. You should think about it, decide where you stand on the spectrum when I say this. Do you ever feel like an armadillo? No, me neither. But I think there's someone that does know a thing or two about being an armadillo, especially in the last 48 hours, with Brendan Hausen earning a new nickname. In case you didn't see it, during the Arizona State K-State game, a close win for the Wildcats, Brendan Hausen was lethal from three and looked good in his typical Armadillo Assassin type day. He had 12 points in the field, 4 threes, looked nice, could not be stopped by Arizona State. Didn't matter if he had a hand up or not. Typical Brendan Hausen stuff. There was a lot to take away from the game, and obviously storylines can be said one thing or the other. One chaotic element that was added in was the broadcast crew featuring ESPN's Pete Sosa. I apologize if I'm butchering that. And his color commentator, who I didn't pay enough attention to. I apologize, brother. It's mostly because the couple times they were on air, their microphone sounded like a robot was holding them both captive or a bumblebee was attacking the studio. It did not sound good. Not because of anything they're doing, but just a technology thing. The few calls we did get from Pete sounded decent. There was some good stuff. Until Brendan Hausen hits his first three. And you caught a little interesting glimpse of what happened here. I had to play it back and say, did he say that right? The first three Brendan Hausen buries, absolutely rips the bottom of the net. Pete mistakes the nickname the Armadillo Assassin for the Armadillo Assassin, and legacy started there. A legacy for Brendan Hausen started there, even beyond the entire good people of Amarillo, Texas, went straight into the community that involves armadillos. And Brendan Hausen found a new hobby. The personal assassin of armadillos. Does that mean he assassinates armadillos? Does that mean he is the armadillo? Does that mean there's so much out there that we don't know? And all of a sudden, this kid, good humble background, kid from Amarillo, Texas, now has the nickname the Armadillo Assassin. It also, and I want to give a quick shout out to K-State basketball social media team. Shout out to my guy Cam Bradley. Love the dude, does incredible work. Happy late birthday to my friend. Put together this incredible piece of content I will show you now.
Let's get to know the amazing armadillo.
How I wish I was an armadillo.
The Rocky Hill country of Arizona is armadillo country. Tough, pioneering, and adaptable, this animal thrives in the face of civilization.
The Armadillo Assassin is live.
To go to Amarillo.
Evidence of armadillo fever is everywhere.
How I wish I was an armadillo.
Folks, Armadillo fever, I'm doing it myself invertedly. The armadillo fever is running wild. And in the last 48 hours, everybody and their brother has chimed in on this thing. You've seen multiple burners change to the Armadillo Assassin. You've seen people saying armadillo's this, armadillo's that. You even got a tweet from the man himself saying, does anybody have a spot where I can get stuffed animal armadillos for sale? It looks like this thing's going to stick, folks. Something in college basketball that is so beautiful is when a kid gets a nickname, and it's unanimously known across the sport that says everyone knows, okay, this is what this kid's really great at. This is why he's called this. This is the backstory here. Let's roll with that. When a dude gets a nickname, he's a bad man. When a dude gets two nicknames, he is twice the man he was. He is double bad. And when I say that, a kid that is already one of the nation's best shooters statistically, he's the second best shooter in the Big 12 in terms of shooting percentage from three. He's the best shooter in the Big 12 in terms of threes made per game, and he continues to surprise every single one of us. That bad man's got two nicknames now, and one that I don't think is going to go away. I don't think the Armadillo Assassin nickname's going anywhere anytime soon. And you got to give a little bit of love to the ESPN commentary crew because neither dude was like a jerk about it. They didn't come out and say, well, I didn't, blah, blah, blah. I don't think either of them feels, maybe they're a little embarrassed, but like both of them feel like good sports. I commented, I was like, hey, shout out to Pete for the nickname, man. Good stuff. And he liked the tweet. Didn't have much else to say. It was just cool about it and chill. And it felt like something that I wanted to make a quick video on because Brendan Hausen truly has become like Mr. K-State. I know there's a ton of different dudes on this roster that I absolutely love. I pray Max gets another year of eligibility from the D2 waiver, whenever that goes through, if that goes through. I pray that whoever's able to stick around in Manhattan can and will. I pray that the dudes that are out of eligibility will go have successful professional careers, whether that be in basketball or in life. But there's something about this kid, Brendan Hausen, that feels like, okay, this is the community he's in. And it's not to say that Amarillo, Texas, and Manhattan, Kansas are a one-to-one. There's a giant population of people in Amarillo. That's actually where we have my great-grandma's funeral at while we're on the topic. Unrelated, but just as a weird tie-in. But at some point, you start to hear Armadillo by morning, and that's where it gets a little bit too scary. You start to hear Armadillo by morning instead of Amarillo by morning. you're doing something a little bit wrong, folks. So Pete, Brendan, I got to tell you, boys, this feels like it's sticking around a while, and I'm trying to get to talk to the man himself to hear his comment on the Armadillo Assassin. I know he's a cool dude. I know he's a great guy. He wants to rep for his city no matter what, his community, so I'm sure he doesn't mind the Armadillo Assassin thing. I'm sure he wants to be the Amarillo Assassin, but I got to tell you what, that nickname rocks, and it's going to stick. If you want to see something, if you want to say something, the next time that boy's behind the mic, whether it be a post-game press conference, a pre-practice thing, whatever you get any opportunity to talk to the kid, the first question is going to be, hey, what do you think about the Armadillo Assassin? And I cannot wait to see the look on his face when he answers that question, because, guys, I want to know the answer myself. This season, the Armadillo Assassin himself is averaging 12.1 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, and 1 assist per contest on 42% shooting from the field, and also shooting a whopping 41.7% from three. He's right up there with Max Jones, both guys shooting above 40% from the three-point line this season, and you see the effort, heart, and intensity the kid has. Like, he's not comfortable just being a sniper from three. The dude wants to rebound. The dude wants to go defend, and even on the call, another good call from the fellas, mentioning the couple rebounds he went up and got, there was one where he outjumped Coleman Hawkins or David Gasson. I forget which one, but he ripped the board down, and the commentary crew goes, did you know Brendan Hausen had bunnies like that? Did you know that? And both of them were kind of shocked. And I got to tell you what, if that doesn't tell you what the kid cares about, how bad this kid wants to win, I don't know what will. But folks, all I know is this. The Amarillo Assassin, the Armadillo Assassin, whoever Brendan Hausen wants to be, I'm pumped to have you in Manhattan as the Manhattan marksman, the white flame, La Flama Blanca, whatever nickname we can come up with for this guy. Doesn't feel like it'll do it justice because he's one hell of a ball player. But I'll leave you with this thought before I get out of here. Folks, this week I ask you to put yourself in the shoes of an armadillo. No, they don't wear shoes, but just imagine your feet as armadillo feet or whatever the case is. Because it feels like we're going to have some more Armadillo sightings in Manhattan, especially on Saturday in the Sunflower Showdown against Kansas, which I'm so stoked to see. Round 2 this year after the 10-point loss in Lawrence. Round 3 the last couple years, both previous matchups in Manhattan have gone to overtime. Let's see if K-State can break that streak in a good way, get a commanding win over their in-state rivals. It's going to be a lot of fun, folks. But guys, that'll do it for today's video. Brendan Hausen, I appreciate you being a good sport, and we'll talk to you all soon. Go Cats.